Okay. So good evening, everyone. So if you just have gone through with the session for yesterday, we had just described one by one the data types from the Python side. So the data structure thing, I mean, we have covered string, dictionary, list in last day. So today I'll be just quickly touching tuple and set. Then we will be going at with some basic features of Python, just like some conditional operator, looping statement, user defined function. So those are very important one for our day-to-day activity. If we are just want to learn Python from the basics, so we can go ahead with those stuffs one by one. So this is today's goal or today's, I mean, learning process. Okay. So let's start with set and tuple. So tuples come first over here. If you can remember what is list actually, list, I mean, there is always a naming convention declaration difference between tuple and list. Okay. And there is some functionality difference as well. I'll be just going through this topic one by one. Let me open the PyCharm here. So if you can remember what is list, we declared in this way. Okay. There was square bracket while declaring the list. This kind of stuff. There was character as well. I mean, a list cannot be a single data type. It can contains all the data types: integer, float, character, boolean. Okay, this is a list, and tuple should be declared. Let me put t1 equal tuple should be within this brace. Okay, the same thing I'll be putting there. Let me just check the data type for both of them. Okay, print type. Anyone is saying anything? Okay. Okay, let me quickly learn it. I mean, run the particular thing. So you can see L1 is a list, this is a list, and T1 is a tuple. So only difference is the feature, I mean, that particular braces. But the main functional difference is if you could remember L1, I mean, the list is mutable. We can change anything, any element during the runtime of the program. Okay, in the same list. But in the same tuple, we cannot modify the tuple. We cannot modify a tuple's element. So this is the main thing. That's why I maintained over here mutable and immutable. So tuple is immutable. Let me quickly show you and then I'll be going to the next topic. So I already updated yesterday's. I mean, I'm just taking once. Okay. First of all, we can same way we can slice. I mean tuple as well. How we can slice T1? I mean list one. The same way we can slice T1. Let me quickly show you. Suppose I'll be printing first component, that should be 0th component. Okay, that was fine. I think we have already checked it. Same way we can do this thing tuple as well. But if we just want to assign any value during runtime, suppose I'm putting 5 over here. Okay, so it should be assigned. Okay, I need to print the list again. For list, it can be easily updated. The same list I'm updating, L1, I'm updating the first element to 5. The same thing cannot be done for tuple. Tuple, it should be throwing an error. Okay, I'm putting T1 there. Okay, so this kind of item assignment cannot be done in tuple. So tuple is immutable in nature. It cannot be muted. Whatever we are declaring, that should be the final one for that part kind of tuple. And the new tuple, based on this tuple, we can create a new tuple there, but it should not be muted. You cannot be muting that thing in nature. So this is the main difference actually. Based on the requirement, we need to choose the particular data structure for a particular object. This should be tuple or list or set. Okay. So immutable slicing, it's the same slicing process that, I mean, that list has that we can put any particular index number to check index, then colon, last number. So this kind of slicing part we can do the same as list. So I'm not going to this thing. Tuple has only two methods, index and count. Let me quickly go through one by one. So T1 dot, if I put dot, we can get the particular thing. I mean methods. So we have count how it should work. I mean we can work how many frequent, I mean how a particular number is how much frequent. Suppose I'm checking 4. Okay. Let me print the same thing because I cannot check. I mean 4 is present one time only. 4 is present one time. That's why it should be returning 1. Let me print 4 again there. Okay. 4 is present two times, the same tuple. So this is the count. And index, it should return what index 4 is having. Suppose I'm returning 2. 0th position. 3. First position. 3 is in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why it's having the positioning system at tuple, the same as list. So it should be returning in this way. So it's same. I mean, if you have quite idea at the list side, so it's the same with tuple. So that's all related to tuple. Going to the next data type, that is set. Set a bit difference with list and tuple. So set should be ordered collection of unique objects. This is one of the important line. Ordered collection. I mean, whatever data entry we are putting there, that should be in ordered manner in set, and everything should be unique. There should not be any duplicate elements over there for set. Okay. So this is two important feature for set. Let me just delete those stuffs. Okay. For set, it should be curly braces. So if you could remember the difference between the structure as well. I mean, where it should be curly braces, where it should be square braces. So this kind of stuffs we have to check it. Let me just put anything in unordered manner. Suppose 1, then 4, 5, 6, then 2 again, then 3. Okay, I'm putting 3 twice or thrice. 7, 100, 20, again 20. Okay, 1. Let me just print the same set. I declare the set in this way, but when internally it's getting stored, it should be in ordered manner as well as it should be removing the duplicates. The same that we are using in SQL distinct keyword. Okay. So let me run it. Can see the set they have printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why 120? It's a issue. It should not be actually. Let me check. Yeah, this is definitely a issue. It should be ordered in manner. So they have print 20, 20 should be over here. I need to check that it should not be the scenario. Set should be always ordered in manner. Let me print a single 20. No, I'll be checking what's causing the issue. It's definitely a issue. But you can also see, I mean, it can remove the duplicates from here. 3 is not there, but it should be ordered in manner. Set should be ordered. So 20 should be coming, I mean, uh, before 100 actually. It is not. I'll be checking this scenario, why this is causing from the portal, and I'll let you know that topic. Actually, I am also seeing this thing the first time. Okay. I'll be keeping a note for that one. Conversion to list. Okay. So this is applicable for everything. I mean, every data structure we can convert to other data structure based on our requirement. Okay. Suppose, I mean, there is a function just like L1 equal list keyword S1. That means we are converting everything in a list. Suppose we need to work in a list, but we need to go ahead with the operation of duplication removal as well as uh, particular ordered manner. I need that elements. There should be lots of elements actually, not this kind of elements. If I are working in the real time scenario, maybe we are working with the data, millions of records. Then we need to pass variables over here. The variable should be there from array, or it can pick the thing from any Excel or just like this. This scenario will be coming later. Maybe tomorrow session I'll be picking some records from Excel and try to put data frame over there in our Python side, and also those things I'll be coming later one by one. Just a simple heads up over here. We can convert the thing uh, from any kind of data structure to another one that I told you earlier, to string to character. The same way we can convert set to list, list to set, set to dictionary as well. So this kind of stuff we can quickly done. I mean quickly do with this particular keyword. Okay. Let me then type. Okay, I can type L1 over here, or I can check the type of L1. It should be a list, obviously. Okay, I just print a thing. You can just check the bracket has been modified. Is the bracket for list? This braces, the square braces. Okay. Any doubt till now? Okay, hopefully no. The conversion to list, that is fine. There are lots of methods over here in set. So the set mainly works just like if you could remember the earlier session. I mean with SQL union intersection, those kind of stuffs. Those set the same thing for set theory. What we have learned: union, intersection, minus means difference over here. Can clear the thing. We can copy the thing. Okay. Let me just quickly go through one by one. Uh, we delete this thing. I'm declaring another set, that is set 2. Let me take some other things. 1, 5, 6, 11, 12. Okay. This is the thing. Let me print. Okay. I'm doing union operation. Union operation, it should be something S1 dot union. Then I'll be calling the second set S2. This is the syntax to write it. Okay. So it should be unioning the first set and the second set. Okay. And it's creating another set, but it's also, I mean, seeing over there, it should be in ordered in manner. I mean, 11, 12, 20 should be coming there, but after the union operation, it is not placing in proper way. Let me check one thing. If I declare any new set there, whether it should be modified or not, I'll be just checking that thing. And let me put S3 there. No, the same thing. Union, when I'm doing the union, it's taking this thing first and it's removing the distinct, the whatever is unique from S2, and it's merging the data set over here. Okay. It's not ordering the thing. I'll be checking that stuffs today at my time, and I'll be letting you know on that thing. Why it's not getting ordered while doing the union as well as while putting 20 over here. Okay. But this the union operation is same. They are just picking the elements as per the union. The same thing should be intersection. What is the keyword for intersection? Yeah, it's the same thing. Intersection. Intersection means the common part, common data between S1 and S2. Only 1, 5, and 6. You can see. You can compare both of the database. Those are the common part. The same thing if we just go ahead with the Venn diagram part with set theory, we'll be taking only the common portion between two sets. Okay. Now it is difference. Okay. Difference means it will be checking, it will be tallying. S1 is written as first set, S2 is the second set. It will be tallying with S1 and S2. S1, whatever extra data is there in S1, which is not available in S2, it should return that part. Okay. So 2, 3, 100, 4, 7, 20. Those are the extra part. Okay. Which is not present in S2. The same thing we can do over here as well. What is extra in S2? It should be 11 and 12. Okay. So difference keyword is just like minus. Minus at the set theory. What is extra? Then, when I'm comparing between two sets, what is the extra one, which is not present, the other one. Apart from that, we have copy clear. As per the naming convention, we can understand copy means we can copy one set to another. Just like the same thing, uh, S3 equal S2 dot copy. Yeah, I can copy this thing over here. It can be done also simply putting equal sign. They have created a method over there. Okay, I'm just simply copying it. Sorry, not S2, S3. It's same as S2. S3 is same as S2. Okay, another one is clear. Clear means it will be clearing, popping off every elements from there. Okay, let me put S3 dot clear. Yeah, there is none. Means we are clearing everything from S3. Okay, so this is everything related to set. The basic things. There are lots of methods as well in set as well. You can just quickly go through based on your requirement. You have to choose what is the required one. But this is a simple or important one. That's why I've covered it, the PPT. Okay. So we have covered almost the basic stuffs of each of the data types. So now we are good with some other functions at the Python side. Some conditional logic first. Let me cover some conditional logic. It should be if-else statement. Whatever we have covered in earlier programming language, it is same kind of stuff. Just I'm going ahead with a quick statement. So if some condition should be there, which should be returning true or false in nature, Boolean in nature. So just like let me put 3 greater than 4. It's a false, obviously. So if, then condition, then colon. Okay. Try to enter it. If you enter, you can find a gap. Space has been added automatically at the Python side. This is called indentation. So in Python, it's the most important thing. If you just go ahead with, if you're already aware with C language, they are using bracket for a execution of particular statement under a particular statement. Over here, we are using spaces. Okay, just to understand that this kind of statement should be executed under this if condition. Okay, so just print, uh, just put okay. If this is a correct statement, then if this is a true statement, then it should be executing this statement. Okay, I'm now going out of this indentation, putting else keyword again colon, then print wrong relation. Okay, let me print the thing. Let me run the thing. Yeah, wrong relation should be there because 3 greater than 4, it's returning a boolean false there because 3 cannot be greater than 4. That's why this statement is not executed. It's directly coming to the second statement. So same way, I just give you an example 3 greater than 4. Maybe it should be different one. Maybe when you will be just working with the data, you are storing some value into some data lake or any other thing. So you can do this kind of conditional operator or checking of the data if the data is greater than this, or maybe you are comparing with some particular based on some data flag. Maybe you are checking if the data is new. How you can check? You can check whether the new data is been uh, I mean greater than previous day's data, or maximum of previous day's data. Then you can populate or load that data into a data lake. This kind of stuff. You can quickly just go ahead with if this condition is greater than this, then S3 put. Put is a command. This kind of step thing you can just go ahead. If and else is a basic operator to have this conditional thing to be run. Okay. So that's all related to if else. Just you need to maintain this keyword, this colon there, and this indentation. You can put multiple statement for if. So you have to maintain the same indentation in the line. But if you just want to get rid of this indentation, just remove. I mean, just type backspace. You will be removing that stuff. So else is outside this if. That's why there is. I mean, no spaces is here. And again, print statement is written over here. Okay. That's all related to if else. The basic things as per your complications at the program side can add the thing at your side. For loop is the iteration in Python. So how the for loop works? I'll be just quickly going through that stuff. For loop. Okay. For loop must be working with on some iterable. So what is iterable? Okay, we have already learned data types just like dictionary, list, set. So those are all iterables we can call. I mean, we have also a function called range function. This is also iterable. Actually, we need to introduce a iterable over here. Otherwise, the for loop will not work. So what is iterable? Let me declare a list L1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10. Okay. I need to introduce a loop variable for I. Okay, I is a loop variable. You can declare in any way, A, B, C, D, anything for I in then iterable. Our iterable name is L1. L1 is a list. Then I put a enter there. I mean, I need to go ahead with the colon as well. Same thing for if. For I in iterables, colon, we need to print the thing or do some operation, whatever is required. Print I. Okay. This way I can print all the elements of list in vertical manner. Let me quickly run it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So what I'm doing, I'm just declaring a loop variable in for statement I in iterable. Iterable means there may be multiple elements where we can iterate on top of each of the element. Okay, that is called iterable. So I can do the same thing for set as well as dictionary, anything. Set should be how we can write it over there in this way. Or on tuple, I can do the same thing. Let me declare S. Okay, Python is case sensitive. You are putting S1 over here. You are putting S1 in caps over here. It should be throwing an error. It's not just like SQL. SQL is case insensitive. Can put in anything, whether it should be caps or small, anything for the keyword perspective, not for data perspective. But over here, it's okay. So it's working with the same thing as how it was working at the list side. Let's take some dictionary example. It's a bit different. Suppose what dictionary we're taking, some key value should be there at the earlier. A equal 10, comma, second element, B, E value pair should be 20, third element, C, 30. Okay, let me put D1 for this thing. Let me print the same iteration. So it's a bit different for the dictionary. That's why I want to show you. So I'll be taking I in dictionary. Okay, let me print it. You can see it's only returning the keys A, B, C there. It's not returning the values. Okay. So how to do that one? We have to put, if we want to print values thing, by default it should be returning. By default in dictionary, the iteration should be returning the key pair. It will not be, I mean only key, no key value pair. So I'll be printing values. Okay, can see? We have to use method values, dot values on top of this dictionary and see only the values. Okay. If we just want to print everything, key value pair, then we need to use items. Those are very important methods on top of dictionary. For D1 in, I mean, I in D1 dot items, printing this thing. Can see everything has been printed. Okay. But it's in tuple manner. Okay. Each and individual tuple. Can see A10, B20, C30. So this way we can maintain the thing. I mean, print the thing. We can also use range function. Yeah, as a iteration. Let me show you range function. If we do not have any list or anything, can use range. It's a also iterable called range. The first value, the initialization value, the last value, suppose 50 or suppose 20. The incremental operator, it should be 1. I mean, by default, it should be 1 if I do not put anything. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When 20 is the maximum value, the condition should be less than the max value. It should be 19. Okay. Let me put 2. The incremental operator, we can see, should be gapping of 2. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So you can operate in this way, range functions. Range is a iterable thing over here. We do not have to put any list, dictionary, or set any kind of stuffs over here. Instead of that, can create our own iterable by using range functions. Okay. Okay, so I covered iterable on top of dictionary. Maintaining indentation. Yeah, of course. We need to maintain the indentation. Okay. So if I just remove that indentation, what will be happening? It's running the thing and the first iteration. Then it will be coming to the second, third, fourth, fifth. At the end, it will be returning. It will be coming to this iteration. Then you print it. It should not be throwing any error. Uh, okay, I should be putting a space there. For loop, it having blank. Give me 1 second. What is happening? Showing an error, indentation, expected. Yeah, indentation should be at the left, right. Put anything. Let me put some indentation over here. Okay, it's working over here. So by this indentation, I put something over there. I need to pass something. I cannot put it black in blank. So D1 is returning ABC and this print, this is outside of the loop. It's not working under this for loop. So when the last iterable has been executed, last iteration has been completed, it's catching the value C. So we are outside the loop now, the last print statement, and it's captured the last C there. It's printing the same over here. Okay. So this is called So we need to maintain proper indentation. Which particular thing should be print under for loop? Which should be outside of the for loop? So we need to check it proper way by maintaining the indentation. Range function we covered. Nested loop. Nested loop, I mean, inside the same loop, we can declare another loop. Okay. Suppose we can declare another list. You can declare again for j in list. So first I'm running a dictionary, then running a list. Let me put I comma j is a combination. For each of the indentation of each of the iteration of dictionary, suppose A, there may be four list elements over there. And just like it should be printing A comma 2, A comma 3, A comma 4, A comma 5. Then this iteration it will be completed. It will be coming to this for loop again for the next iteration. So same way it will be repeating. Let me quickly print it. Okay. A2, A3, A4, A5. Then this iteration is completed. It's coming to next iteration with B. The same thing for C as well. It's simple if you have already looping idea. But any doubt from anyone till now? Okay, hopefully no. What's the next topic? While loop. Let me just quickly go through that topic. While loop. It's the same as for. Actually, the functionality is same, but looping structure is different. While loop, how we can do that? We have to declare the looping variable at the earlier part. Suppose p equals 0. P is the looping variable over here. Loop variable. Then while we have to put the condition p greater than 20. Enter it. Okay, before entering, we need to put the colon. Every if conditional statement, while, for loop. After putting the condition, we need to put the colon. Then we need to go to the next line. Next line should be starting with indentation because it should be within while clause. Okay. Print p. Then an incremental operator should be there. P equals p plus 1 means it should be incremented by 1. Okay, the next iteration it should be coming with p's value with 1 because p is initialized with 0. 0 is less than 20. So it should be within this iteration. Okay. Now p's value is 1. It should be coming over here. It's also less than 20. It should be again printing this thing. P's value will be 2. It should be coming in this way. Till p's value is 20. When it is 20, it should be coming over here. It should be checking that the particular condition will not met and it will be exited from that particular loop. Let me print it. Yeah, the same thing we can see 1 to 19. Okay. Whatever, I mean, if we just want to update the increment operator, we can update from here. If we just want to update our condition, we can update the thing from here. Okay. It's the same as for loop, just the syntax and functional function is also same. Syntax difference is there. That's it. Okay. What is the next topic? Break and continue. On this very important thing. Okay. What breaks and continues do? Actually, break continue we can use inside a loop. Suppose inside a loop we can go ahead with some conditional statement for if and else as well. Okay. We need to check something. We need to check with running a loop, with running a iteration. We can check some value or we can compare something with the iterable or anything, iterable elements or anything. Okay. So while doing that stuffs, while checking that stuffs, uh, suppose we want to get rid of that particular iteration. I mean iterations. Not only iteration. We just want to get rid of. We have got the desired value from the iteration. No need to run the iteration anymore. That will save our computation power and all. So for that thing, we can use break statement. Okay. So it will be going out of loop. It will be just going to the next execution statement. Just getting rid of this particular loop. So this is called break statement. We can use break statement whenever it's required. And continue keyword, when that is been used, continue, if you use continue anywhere in the loop, it should be out of the current iteration and it should be going to the next iteration. Suppose the continue statements it's been used in the same if else conditions, it's somewhere. Suppose when p equal 10 we receive the continue keyword, or continue keyword will be executed over here. Then whatever rest of the execution for p equal 10, it will not be executed. It will be going to the next iteration for while for p equal to 11. Okay. And just like break will break the entire loop and it will be going to the next executable statement. And continue will not break the loop. It will break the current iteration and it will be going to the next iteration. That's the difference. Hopefully you can understand. If not, then we can go ahead with some examples. So it's fine. I'm not going to the example. I'm just going to the next topic with a very much important one with user defined function. This is the last topic we should be covering today. So yesterday we just gone through with some internal function. I mean that defines inside the Python itself. But I mean, we can declare some function which can work as per our own. Okay. Suppose let me create a function, and what should be the syntax? We need to use def keyword, def for definition. The function name, I'm putting new function, opening and close braces. Then again, colon. Can go to the next topic with indentation. So next, I mean, whichever indentation is there means it should be executed inside this function declaration. Multiple statement we can do, but it should be within indentation. So new function, we can put, we can print something. Suppose this, I can put this is my new function or UDF, user defined function. That is called UDF as well. Okay. How to call the function? Yeah, the function is completed. The declaration of the function has been completed with these two lines only. So I'm just now outside of this indentation. So I'm not inside this definition calling again. I'm calling new function. Okay. So this way you can call it the function name with opening and close braces. Okay. So it should be returning that print statement. I can put it multiple times. So this is the advantage. You can reuse the thing multiple times. So each time I'll be calling this thing, it will be printing these stuffs. Okay. Okay. Over there, we can pass some parameter as well. Let me pass some parameter. Let me square some value. Okay. Let me square a value. I can write a function which should be squaring a value. SQRE. Let me put in this way. Let me pass a variable that should be integer in format. Square A. This is the input parameter. I should be using return keyword. It should be returning A cross A. Return. Sorry. Okay. Now let me take a variable. Or not take a variable. Let me do one thing. Okay. So I'm calling this thing a variable p equals square of 5. Okay, I'm passing this thing. I'm using this uh, function over here and passing this parameter, input parameter is 5. Let me print it, otherwise I cannot check it. Print p directly. Let me check it's working or not. Yeah, it's working. Let me pass q. Okay, so I can use this statement multiple times. So this is a particular function. Over here, we need to pass a parameter because while defining this thing, we are using that input parameter and returning the value. The same parameter I'm multiplying with the same value. So a cross a. That is the squaring a particular number. So I'm doing the same thing with a user defined function. The same thing we are doing over returning the stubs over here, assigning the value to a variable, and the same way we can do this thing. So function we can type it one, we can declare it one, and work in multiple times. Okay. So this is mainly user defined function. This is a simple case. Maybe you can do for loops inside a particular functions, and the same thing should be working as well. So this is called a user defined function, and we can work in this way. Any doubt till now? Okay. Hopefully no. So I think we have covered everything for today. There is nothing left. So let's connect tomorrow with the other things. I'll be just checking with object-oriented programming with class initiations and all. We can export some other libraries, external libraries, just like pandas or just like this. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll be working Python as a data engineer tool. On top of data, we can work the manipulation we can do on top of data. Maybe not tomorrow exactly, day after tomorrow. But the same thing will be going ahead one by one. Okay, so thanks everyone for today's session. We'll connect tomorrow for the rest of the part of Python. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.